Um, and it's okay. So today is February the 8th, and thank you for joining me for this webinar on My Word Made Flesh. Jade, if you'll unshare your screen for a second so we can just wave to everybody. Thanks. Awesome. Thank you so much. So Houston traffic was a bit challenging for Jade to get back and get our meeting started. It's usually unpredictable, and that's okay. We're just going to let everything be awesome. So if you will, go visual, guys. I love to interact with you. I'd love to see your faces. I see David. There's Kimberly. Ann showed up. Annette's in a dark corner. Oh, she's in a car. Got it. I see you, Annette. Thank you. Awesome. So go ahead and jump in. Hey, Mary. Hi, Deb. Hey, Claudia. Oh, lots of lovely faces. Oh, my friends. I love you. Thanks for being here. And again, my apologies for beginning a few minutes late. It's those circumstances outside that just all point to what we're going to do for the next 30 minutes is awesome. And so we're going to hang out together and talk a little bit about this book right here, My Word Made Flesh. How many of you have a book, My Word Made Flesh book? Yay, awesome, 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 fantastic. Yay, I see it, Kimberly. Nice job, guys. So my name is Cynthia. I've been studying consciously with Mastery Systems since middle of 2018, so almost 5 years. And I've been on staff for about 2.5. I was a major player in not the writing, but the editing and getting My Word Made Flesh put together. So one of the things that in our brain idea spreeing things late last year was, okay, we have lots of people who have this book. How do we help them understand how to use it? And this is where the 23 classes for $23 in 2023 idea was born. And so I'm super, super pleased to share. So we are really we've already started. We're coming up with class 3 on February 20th. So never fear, classes 1 and 2 are available right by recording. You can get those and catch up. And I'm going to talk about just for a second what it is that we discovered in class 1 and 2. And if you were in class 1 and 2, hey, jump in and talk about it. And let's talk about how awesome classes 1 and 2 are. So in class 1, we took a deeper dive look into, I'm going to go through the dedication, the foreword, right at the beginning of the book. The special note on page 2, we took a look at the introduction and the preface. It's so important to know the who, why, how of why a book is written. Many times I'll go to the bookstore and pick up a book, never having a clue really about the author or anything that's going on with the author, or maybe why the author even wrote the book in the first place. I still gain great things from it, and knowing the heart of the author behind the words is a game changer for me. Why did he put that paragraph in? Why is this organized this way? What does this mean? And how do I get more information? That's what our embodiment series is all about. We touched on so many things in class number 1, one of the major players being the right-wrong issue. The duality of right and wrong. And so I encourage you, as you go back and listen to number 1, this is not a book about right and wrong. This is a book about grace and love. And it's about how to explore what's inside us already and move up scale. How to do it, why to do it, what happens when I get stuck, what happens when extenuating circumstances come up and we can't get on the Zoom recording because of the Houston traffic and all the things, and it's okay. Whatever it is, the why behind that and what does it look like. So that was class number 1. Class number 2, we just finished, let's see, today's Wednesday. So we just finished it Monday night. These classes are every other Monday night, which we'll talk about again in a little bit. This past week, we took a look at our copy, and you can do this, are the self-facilitation worksheet. So in your book, this is on pages 21 and 22. There's a QR code at the top. Print as many copies as your little heart desires. It's perfectly fine. That's why we put it there. Save your clean copy in your book and start with your copies that you have printed out. So last night, Monday night, I recommit. Monday night, we took a deeper dive into all of the steps of the self-facilitation worksheet. What do they mean? What are some examples? How does it work? What's next? What order? All those types of things. And so I'm no spoiler alerts on this one. You can go back and take a look at recording number 2. I will mention that at the end of each class, and it will be this way for all 23 classes, I give a little space to ask questions. So how many of you have ever felt intimidated by asking a question? Guys, this is a safe zone. You can ask any question anytime, and we will talk about it. This is the purpose of this class, to study together and to move forward in consciousness, in sacred body language, in our conscious language, in so many different areas. And so we're going to do this together as a community. So my hope and my outcome is that once you've been in one class, you'll get to come again and again and again. I have about 10 weeks of it planned out so far. We will take a look at each step on a separate week. What's in the step? Why is the step there? What does it really mean to XYZ? Fill in the blank, whatever that is. And we can talk about it. We can have some demonstrations. We can show some examples. Claudia says, if we join now, will we have past classes available? Yes, even as we speak, you will be getting an email because you registered for this class, and thank you for doing so. This webinar, and thank you for doing so. We have available in your email a link to purchase the recordings from class 1 and class 2. Also, to register for class 3. If you've already been in 1 and 2, awesome. Jump in and do 3 with us. And if you choose the whole list of 23 classes, you get a savings. You actually get 3 classes for free. So you can jump in and get the bundle, or you can jump in 1 class at a time, however that works for you. And again, my outcome is we have a community. We come together, we upgrade together, we ask questions, we get answers, we upgrade, we see new things, we become new as we actually walk through this book. Will we cover every page of the book? Yes. Will we do it page by page? Not necessarily. There's a lot of jumping around in the book. When we get to the step on outcome facilitation, outcome mapping, we're going to read the outcome mapping chapter. Yeah, it's one of the 7 steps, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to go in depth into outcome mapping, the how-tos, the whys, the how do I do it right. Guys, there's no way to do it right. We have some suggestions on making it easy and fun, and you have to do it right. Just like it says on the self-facilitation worksheet in bold letters in that first paragraph, there is no right way to do this. We are taking right-wrong duality and setting it aside. We're burying it in a little grave. We're going to have a little funeral for it, and we're going to place above it all grace and love. When we give ourselves grace and we love the things that are happening in our life, they don't happen to us. We've created it. And why? How? And if I created it, and yes, I did, how do I create something different? Okay, so any questions before? I've got a quick slide show to kind of go through to introduce class number 3. Any questions before Jade? Thank you so much, Jade, for being my tech person behind the scenes. I love you dearly, girlfriend. Any questions before we go to our slideshow? Just raise your hand and jump in, and I'll clarify whatever it is that we need to clarify from the very beginning. Come on, guys, jump in. I promise to be nice.
Okay, I'm going to jump in.
Thanks, Mary. Thank you.
This is really a crazy thing. I don't even know a lot about this. This is the third time I watched 2 demonstrations. I have no idea why I'm being called to do this. I was a healthcare provider at one time, and I've been doing a lot of embodiment in my own spiritual path. And this kept coming in my email box. And so I watched the 2 demos, one live, one with him. And now I kept thinking, oh, am I supposed to? I ordered the book. I don't have it. I have no real concept of what this is other than I'm being called very strongly to do this. Is this only if this is, you're going to use this in some form of, because I'm retired. I'm not.
No.
Okay. All right.
I got your question. I hear you. And it's okay. And I remember feeling exactly the same way. The first time I had any exposure to Robert Tennyson Stevens, I was in an SBLT class live in person with my husband. It was a last minute choice to attend, and we did. After about an hour, he said, if you're the one, you'll know. Your heart will know. And I walked up to him and I said, I don't even know what this means. And I'm Cynthia. I shook his hand. I said, I am the one. He said, okay, it's okay. You don't have to know what it means. Just follow your heart. And so, Mary, you are in a perfect place. When you get the book, you can start reading it. And this is why this class is made, to walk us through from the very beginning, brand new people, first exposure to, wait, you mean I can fill in the blank? Yes, you can. And I started for me and my family, and I progressed to helping others. It was my natural progression, may or may not be yours. Your heart will tell you. So there's no judgment here. Come and learn and glean and be part of our community and upgrade with us. You're in a great place. Thanks for being here. And I trust your book will arrive very soon. Awesome. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else brand new? Like brand new? David, you're pretty new. That's what I thought. We had an email conversation today. Tell me how you found us.
You know, I must have gotten on Robert's mailing list some time ago. I think I've been getting emails from him for a while, maybe
Okay.
2 or 3 years, I don't know. And never signed up for anything until I guess a week ago or a week and a half. And I was like blown away. It was just the right timing, you know. It's like things, you know, it's like you buy a book and you don't read it for 3 years, and then when you pick it up, it's like it's time to do it now.
Oh my, do you even
so
want to know
perfect
how
now.
long my conscious language book sat on my shelf? Maybe 10 years before I ever touched it. And I bought one at my live event and came home, I already had one on my shelf. I could have read the one I have, and it's okay. So has your My Word Made Flesh book arrived yet?
It has, and I got the
Yes.
Kindle version of the conscious language, which is, you know, it's that book is great too. But I'm just really getting into this one. So
Beautiful.
yeah, I'm like Mary, I'm like, this stuff, like, I don't really know. I mean, I grok it to a degree, and I see the amazing scope of it. So anyway, I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you're joining us. Oh, it's fantastic. Catherine, did your book arrive yet? I know you just ordered it, hon.
It hasn't arrived, but
Okay.
what David just said is just the same as me. I used to get the emails probably about 12, 13 years ago, and I got on a few calls, and then I just forgot about it, but I continued to get the emails, and I knew I would get back in, and it just took this long.
I totally get it.
I'm
Thank you
glad
for
to be
being
back.
here. Oh, me too. Like I said, my conscious language book sat on the shelf for 10 years. It wasn't the right time. So I totally get it, guys. When our heart says yes, and it's the God thing, there's nothing we can do to stop it. We just move forward and move up in a beautiful, grace-filled way. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for being here, Catherine. Anyone else? Okay, well, let's go to, I have a really short slide deck just to let you know what's coming and to reiterate some of the things. And thank you, Jade, for being so awesome. If you have a question, this is fine. Just jump in, raise your hand, unmic yourself, and actually just call my name because I can only see like 5 of you right now. So just jump in and ask your question. So this webinar is specifically for this class of My Word Made Flesh. This is the webinar that we're going to go through the book. Next slide. Okay, like I said, we're on class number 3. Each class is the same price. It's so easy. We meet every other Monday night. So our next class is February 20th. And you can pretty much bank on it all the way down the calendar. We have them all slotted out. There are a couple, 2, I believe, that fall on holidays like Memorial Day and Labor Day. Those 2 classes are going to be Tuesday. I'm just going to tell you that ahead of time, and you'll get that email with all that information. Every class has a different Zoom link as well. So be aware that if you register by class, and even if you register for the whole series, you're going to get a different Zoom link every time. This is what keeps our class private. We have a little bit more control that way. So class number 3 is coming up. Okay, next slide. So in this series of 23 classes, you will discover your heart's desire in real time. These are live classes together. And if you miss one, you still get the recording. Perfectly fine. Just jump in, catch up, and then join us the next time. My Word Made Flesh is far more than pages in a book. So have you ever read a book? I read one just recently and I thought to myself, wow, this would make a fantastic movie. Hollywood needs to jump on this and make a movie. That's how I feel about My Word Made Flesh. And it's the movie of my life. It is real-time changing upgrade movie of my life and what I agree to and how I upgrade. So we will explore keys to unlock your victorious life as you experience, because we are going to experience some things. We've already had some tears, we've already had some upgrades, and it's easy, it's simple, and I make it fun. So we're going to experience and embody true transformation in a real life Zoom version of this profound book. And I'd be super excited if we could all meet together in my living room. Yes. And I live in Houston and you guys are all over the place. So this is just an easier way to be somewhat live together and still be in our own respective places. So again, every other Monday night, we had January 23rd and we had February 6th. The next one is February 20th. Anyone can attend. And Mary, this is where it's really answering your question. It doesn't matter if you're, a heart surgeon or whatever, just me. I mean, a mom, a stay-at-home mom for 20 years. I have 6 children. I have 14 grandchildren, 1 more on the way. Homeschooled, I did a lot of things, and this is still for me. It's really, when we were talking about, as we were writing the book, we're talking about who's our target market. Every person who has a body, every person who speaks words, it's this everybody. So if you're a beginner or an expert, you will find value in this class. So thank you for being here and even considering upgrading your life. So I, Cynthia, will bring life to the pages, chapters, and steps and concepts. And again, if you ever have a question, just ask it. Chances are, if you have a question, 50 to 75% of the other people on Zoom have the same question, and you have the courage to raise your hand. So thank you for jumping in. and asking your questions. You will gain an understanding of how to embody the 7-step upgrade system. Why the 7 steps? What order? What happens if I'm stuck? All the things. And we're going to shift into health and wealth thriving. Health and wealth are the same thing. We'll get to that much later in our book. Every class will have instruction, insight, and demonstration. And every time you register for a class, you will receive the exact chapters and pages to read, as well as any handout that I have prepared. If we do that, most of our work is going to be in the book, so handouts are going to be very few and far between, just because it's all in the book. And so you'll get your chapters to read. What do you study? What do you look at before you show up for class? And caveat here, guys, if you didn't read the chapter, it's okay. Come anyway. You will gain a lot, and you can always get the recording. You can go back and read and review the recording at any time. So you can register for each class individually, or you can attend all 3 classes at a savings. Oh, that's me. Hi, I'm still here. I'm here on the screen, and I'm here over here in my little Zoom box. Like I said, I've been with Mastery Systems for over 5 years now, and I am highly trained, and I'm just going to say it. I am a highly trained facilitator, and in every area in My Word Made Flesh. I've been studying and restudying and restudying, so I got you here. And if you ask me a question that I choose to know the answer of from someone else, I'll get back to you. So we'll definitely go there as well. So we're going to be live on Zoom. After you register for a class, you'll get your Zoom link and the information. You'll receive your handouts if we have them. You'll also get the recording later. You'll get your class assignments and what to read. This book is required because this is what we're studying, My Word Made Flesh. You can get it a couple ways. You can get it in physical form. You can also get it online as a subscription type thing where you pay monthly and just you have a digital version that you can search. The other book that I highly recommend is the book that's sat on my shelf for 10 years, Conscious Language. Also by Bob. Robert Tennyson, I'll be proper. Robert Tennyson Stevens wrote the book. We call him Bob affectionately, among many other things. And I'll just keep those in the silence. Okay, so do I register for each class separately? You can, and you can do them all at the same time, whatever works for you. If you do the whole bundle, you're essentially getting 3 classes free. So if you've already jumped in and you bought a class, it's okay, and you choose to buy the bundle, it's okay. Your $23 will come back to you. If you've bought 2 classes and you choose to buy the bundle, it's fine. Those 2 purchases will be refunded back to you because you purchased the bundle. So essentially, you're receiving 3 classes for free, a month and a half of classes for free. Okay. Oh, class number 3, course description. So where we're going on February 20th. In our 3rd class together, we're going to take a deeper look at each step of the 7 steps. Yes, we did a flyover overview last time of the self-facilitation worksheet and how the steps fit together in the worksheet. This time, we're going to take a deep look at chapter 1. And we're going to learn how to apply these particular steps. And we're going to dive deeper into the purpose and the practice of each step. I'm going to give you a little heads up. There's a lot in chapter 1, and we're going to go over it. My plan is to do chapter 1 on the 20th. If chapter 1 runs over to another week, then I'm flexible. We will go at whatever pace you guys are ready to move on. So why did we call this class embodiment? To embody is to give a concrete form to. So what we're doing is taking our words and embodying them in our fleshly form and understanding what effect, if any, and I say yes ahead of time, just to spoiler alert, our words have on our reality, our outcomes, and our daily life. So we'll take a look at those things as well. Alignment is a really important piece of the puzzle. Aligning ourselves within ourselves. You guys are here, not here in this class to align yourself with me and what I think or what I know or how I feel. Not at all. Not necessarily even with what's aligned in this book. We're not really aligning with this book. What we're aligning with is Creator in you, Source in you. You align with God in you. I align with God in me. And this is what keeps our classes super clean, keeps us out of that whole codependent realm and all that type stuff. All of us are going to go to our own heart, our own creator, our own source, God in me, for many of the steps in this book, many of the pages in this book. And can they be explained at a deeper level? Yes. And that's why we're coming together in community. Thanks, Jade. Okay, $23 per class, same stuff. Explore keys to unlock your victorious life. Check your email now and register for class number 3. It's on February 20th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Once you've registered, you'll receive an email with further class information. It'll have the class description, like I just read to you, the chapter 1 to get aligned with, to read, and that kind of stuff. And being as this webinar is like 10 days out, I mean, we're ahead of time here. This gives you plenty of opportunity to get the other 2 classes if you desire, and watch those recordings and get up to speed and really begin to sit with and embody our material. Next, Jade. Oh, and I believe will be a link to purchase a book if you are brand new to My Word Made Flesh and your book hasn't arrived yet. You'll get a chance to order it. So our membership, I always throw this slide in because our membership is so awesome. We have free level all the way up to a much higher level as well. The deeper you jump in, the more benefits and perks you receive. So go to our website, masterysystems.com, and check out our membership levels. One of the beautiful things in our membership levels are libraries. If you'll see this, access to a Goldstone library, a citrine library, an emerald library. These libraries are given to you as long as you're in the membership program with classes, hours and hours and hours, hundreds of hours of back recordings and other classes and things to explore and do and see and learn. You get to learn at your own pace. We can go slow every other Monday, or you can stay and do every other Monday and jump into some other things. Beginning pretty soon, I will be in your email that you get with your recording. I will be offering some companion classes that work beautifully with what we just went over that particular week. So if there's something you're interested in getting a deeper understanding of, you can always go to masterysystems.com and take a look at the classes that I suggest that pair with whatever it is we just studied. There's no pressure, there's no obligation. Just follow your heart, just like Mary's doing for being here tonight, and Catherine and David. So guys, I am available at any time to help. So send me an email, Cynthia@masterysystems.com, and we can personally chat over the phone. David knows we've gone back and forth with emails several times today, answering questions, and usually I'm on it. If it's 5 or 6 hours, maybe I'm sleeping and you're in Australia, that's okay. When you wake up, you'll have an email in your inbox, and we'll go back and forth and make sure you are well taken care of. Thank you, Jade, for completing our slideshow. You're so awesome. I love how she knows how to press all the buttons. Yay. Okay, so anybody have anything to share or add here? Yes, Kimberly, thanks for jumping in. Kim or Kimberly?
Kimberly.
Kimberly, okay, got it.
I have a question. So
Yes, ma'am.
what's the typical length of each of the class?
Each class is an hour. This
Yeah.
last class went over about 15 minutes just because we had more questions and there was deeper explanation. People were asking things that took a little bit more time. You're free to leave after an hour and catch the last 15 minutes later, but I have them scheduled on my calendar for an hour.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else?
Yeah, hi.
Hey,
I didn't,
Josh.
yeah, how's it going?
Good.
So I didn't catch, how many classes total is it?
There are 23 classes
Okay, 23 classes.
and they meet
And-
every other Monday night.
Okay, and what's the total price for just if you want to just buy the whole package?
The whole package is $460 and
Okay,
you get all 23 classes.
all right.
And if it's a little bit more than that, if you do, well, I think we gave you 3 classes for free. So it's a little bit more than that if you just pop in for 23 here and 23 there. And if that's what your budget allows, that's why we priced them so low. And if you choose to get the bundle, you'll get the recordings for the 2 that have already happened. And you'll be registered for every class going forward, Josh.
All right, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
I love your sign. You got this.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
thanks.
That's fantastic. Who else? Thanks, guys. Anybody else? Okay. Well, thanks for being here. Thank you for enjoying time with me this evening for just a few minutes to let you know of great things coming up and how to actually get the most from your My Word Made Flesh book. Thanks a lot. We'll see you guys in class. Bye for now.